Hi and welcome back to my portfolio. This channel is slowly but surely growing, just as my portfolio is. I deposited another $500 last week. Total investment is now $11,000, and we can see the total value of the portfolio is now up over $18,000, which is crazy. So we can see up on the day, over the past week up, over the past month up 15%, 3 months up 35%, over the past year up about 65%. And if we zoom out to all time now, we can see I'm up $7,400 or about 67%. Could not be any more excited. So watch the rest of the video to see what I'm invested in, what purchases I've made, and what I'm thinking for the future. The first of those purchases was $500 worth of Bitcoin. That's the biggest purchase I've ever made of Bitcoin. I bought 0.0219 Bitcoin there. My new position is now 0.309, so I'm over the 30% mark, and the price there was $22,813. Second, I doubled my purchase of Ethereum. I bought $5 more. Quantity there was 0.007765. Price was $643.89, and I now hold about 1.7% of an Ether. As always, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It makes a huge difference. I'm working on getting caught up. And I will make a dedicated video about my dividends, but of course these videos are very far behind, and I've had huge losing my dividends, so I figured I'd throw it in right now. For 2019, we can see I made a total of $20.74. I've updated this page considerably, so we can see the annual yield was just under 1%. For 2020, these dividends continue to grow, so we were able to see a couple of companies that had one share or a couple shares of that slowly grew. Towards the end of the year, those dividends got larger. See, I had a dividend here in August of $3.64. Logitech continued to grow. Those 5 shares paid $2.83, and then SPHD, and they continued to grow every single month, concluding in December with my largest dividend ever of Coca-Cola, $6.15. The crazy thing here, I made $139.13 in dividends last year. The average yield is over 2% for 2020, and it gives me a lot of hope for 2021. But now we'll talk about the stocks in my portfolio, and I will work on getting caught up and getting these videos out. And the first stock we're going to talk about today is Microsoft, trading at $222.50. This has been one of the better performers in my portfolio. We can see the average cost is down there at $187. Total cost is now about $937, and total return is up about 18%. Couldn't be happier with Microsoft. There's a lot of news about their cloud infrastructure. So we can see up on the week, over the past 3 months, up even more, and 5 years now up an amazing 305%. And if we scroll down, we can see the analyst rating is very high. The earnings are looking tremendous. And that last dividend paid in December, I had 5 shares. That dividend continues to grow. So let me know what you think about Microsoft. Second up for today, we have Penn National Gaming. I continue to talk about this one because there's so much movement. Trading at $94.50, total return is now up 217% on my 10 shares. Over the past week, we can see up 2.5%. 3 months up 51%. Over the past year, up an insane 270%. And 5 years now up over 500%. Penn National Gaming is the parent company of Barstool Sports. The sports industry and sports betting industry is really in its infancy, and I think there's a lot of good news here. We can see the earnings tanked back in March, but things are looking a lot better now. Coca-Cola is a classic dividend stock, trading at $53.50 right now. I have 15 shares of Coca-Cola, and that's going to continue to rise. This is a company I really like. We can see total returns pretty flat for me. Over the past month, pretty flat. 3 months rather, up 11%, down on the year, and past 5 years now only up 25%. Pandemic hit them extremely hard. We can see the dividend yield is pretty good here. They are a dividend king. You can see the price to earnings ratio is pretty average when compared to the rest of the S&P 500. Analyst rating is pretty high, and the earnings are trending upwards despite the struggles they've had from the pandemic. We can see that last dividend was higher than any I've ever had from Coca-Cola. I think this is a great company for the long haul, and a lot of industry experts like Warren Buffett himself really like Coca-Cola. He owns almost 10% of Coca-Cola. And from Coca-Cola, we head over to Verit, a company that struggled mightily. This is a real estate investment trust, and they recently had a 5-to-1 reverse split. So over the past month, we can see it's up. 3 months, still up. The big issue is when we zoom out to the year, we can see there was a huge drop-off, still struggling to recover, and even over the past 5 years, they are down a very marginal amount. Peaked here with that adjusted price of about $55 a couple years ago and $50 right before the pandemic, all the way down to $20 back in March. This is one I'm not sure exactly what to do. Very strong dividend yield despite their cut last year. Their earnings are trending a little bit downwards, but they are pretty stable. So let me know what you think about VEREIT and real estate in general. It's very risky right now. Pfizer is a company I like to talk about every week because of what's happening with the vaccine. We can see they are down a little bit on the day. If we zoom out to the week, we can see they're down about 2%, so not a ton of movement. Over the past month, they are up a little bit. We can see they're starting to cool off. Over the past 3 months, up about 11%, due largely to that vaccine news. Over the past year, they are down a marginal amount, which is concerning, and past 5 years, only up about 15%. The good play here is really their very strong dividend, which is over 4%. We always like to see that. Price to earnings ratio is all right. A lot of question marks here. Let me know what you think about Pfizer. This is definitely one of the riskier plays in my portfolio because of what's going on with the vaccine. That being said, the earnings are pretty good, so it is a big question mark. Last of all, of course, we've got to talk about Bitcoin. It has blown up lately and is by far the largest holding in my portfolio. We can see it's trading for just a smidge under $25,000 right now. My total return is up 117%, which is just crazy. We can see I've paid just over $3,500 for my Bitcoin. My average cost is about $11,000. Over the past week, up 7%. 1 month, up 38%. We can see it was down as low as $16,500. Over the past 3 months now, it has more than doubled, which is crazy. Over the past year, we can see up even more than that. And when we zoom out to 5 years, we can see that this is really part of a bigger trend. Bitcoin is now up over 5,000% over the past 5 years. I'm going to continue to buy Bitcoin until December of 2021. Hopefully by then I'll be able to sell it and make a ton of money. Bitcoin is, of course, super risky. It's been in the news all over the place lately, and I think that it's really the future. But let me know what you think about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general. That's it for this week's video. I'll be back with another one next week. Thanks.